marriage, the sacred union where two souls come together, promising to love, honor, and occasionally argue about who left the cap off the toothpaste. I thought I had this whole happily ever after thing figured out. Spoiler alert, I didn't. Let me set the scene. Picture a guy, yours truly, who believed he was living the dream. A cozy home, a decent job, and a wife who, unbeknownst to me, was auditioning for the lead role in How to Get Away with Infidelity. Turns out my wife had been cozying up to her colleague while I was busy being the unsuspecting husband of the year. Plot twist. She was also secretly planning to divorce me. Honestly, if this were a Netflix drama, it'd be trending in the top 10 by now. Now, before you grab the popcorn, let me clarify something. I didn't see it coming. Sure, there were tiny red flags, like how she suddenly became too busy for date nights, or how her phone became permanently glued to her hand like it held the nuclear codes. But I chalked it up to work stress. Little did I know her work stress had a name, a face, and apparently a penchant for ruining marriages. One day I stumbled upon her not-so-secret plans. And by stumbled, I mean I accidentally saw a text notification pop up on her phone while she was in the shower. It read something like, "Can't wait until this is all behind us." My first thought, wow, she's really excited about finishing her taxes. My second thought, wait a minute, taxes don't involve secret rendezvous at fancy restaurants. Cue my Sherlock Holmes moment. I started piecing things together. Late-night meetings that didn't add up. Her sudden obsession with looking like she stepped out of a fashion magazine for work, and her increasingly distant behavior. The final nail in the coffin. A poorly hidden folder on her laptop labeled "Divorce Plans." Subtlety was clearly not her strong suit. Now you might think I'd go full-on dramatic, confront her with tears streaming down my face, or flip a table like a real housewife. But no, I decided to handle this with the grace and wit of someone who just discovered their life is a bad rom-com. My approach? Humor. Because if you can't laugh at your crumbling marriage, what can you laugh at? I casually brought it up over dinner. "So," I said between bites of spaghetti, "when were you planning to tell me about your extracurricular activities?" The look on her face? Priceless. If guilt were a facial expression, she nailed it. She tried denying it at first, classic move, but eventually admitted everything. The affair, the divorce plans, the whole soap opera. Her reasoning. We've grown apart. Ah, yes, because nothing says fixing distance in a relationship like inviting someone else into it. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of wallowing in self-pity or begging her to stay, spoiler, I didn't. I decided to flip the script. If she wanted out of this marriage so badly, who was I to stop her? After all, life is too short to be someone's backup plan. So we had an honest conversation, or as honest as you can be after discovering your spouse has been moonlighting as a cheater, and agreed to part ways. She moved out shortly after, presumably to start her new life with Mr. Colleague. As for me, let's just say I've been thriving in my newfound freedom. Sure, there were tough moments, like explaining the situation to friends and family without sounding like the punchline of a bad joke, or realizing that all those couples' photos on social media now serve as relics of what could have been. But honestly, it's been liberating. I've rediscovered hobbies that had been collecting dust, hello, guitar lessons, reconnected with old friends, turns out they missed me, and even started dating again, awkward first dates included. Most importantly, I've learned that being single isn't a curse. It's an opportunity to focus on myself and figure out what truly makes me happy. Looking back, I can almost thank her for this plot twist. Almost. Because while it wasn't exactly the fairy tale ending I envisioned when we said, "I do," it's led me to a better chapter in my life, one where I'm the main character instead of just an unsuspecting sidekick. So here's my advice for anyone going through something similar. When life throws you curveballs, or in my case, divorce papers, don't let it knock you down for long. Embrace the chaos, find the humor in it, and remember that every ending is just a new beginning in disguise. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll write a book about this wild ride. Working title: How My Wife Cheated and Accidentally Helped Me Find Myself. Catchy, right?